Hello, dear Cancer. I'm Jamie Dawn, your revolutionary astrologer, bringing you your August 2021 horoscope. And we kick off the month. I've been saying this in the other horoscopes as well. I'm just repeating it in case you're not watching some of the other ones, but this is for your Cancer, Sun, rising sign, or moon. And what I've been saying is the month of August enters in like a lion and out like a lamb. And so the reason we say that is we have a lot of Leo emphasis going on at the beginning of the month, and then it moves into Virgo. Leo being that lion, that fiery, passionate, confident building, inspiring kind of energy. And then how do we take all that passion and inspiration and put it into an organized form and something that's useful? That's the Virgo energy. And so here you are at the beginning of August with the Sun and Mercury canoodling in Leo in that second house, hopefully giving you some boost of confidence and expression around your finances, income in particular, as well as your tangible possessions and values. That you want to know what someone values, look around at what they buy, where they spend their time, their resources. And so this is an opportunity as you enter the month of August to build some form of creative expression in how you share your resources. Maybe your income is boosted because you are showing up in a very positive way and communicating in such a way that allows others to feel confident that you've got this. This is sort of that I'm in charge, I've got it, I can take whatever it is you give me and I can make something happen. And with Chiron also trining the Sun and Mercury around this time, highlighting that 10th house, it's making this beautiful trine with your reputation. So here you are ready to express yourself and say, I've got it, and others see you as being capable. They see you as being that nurturer and that mother figure, if you will, that they know they feel held because you're in charge. We also have Venus trining Uranus during this time, and that's going to activate that third house and the 11th house. So this is telling me that there's communication and there's connection happening within your friendships and within your groups and in your hopes and dreams, and that they can suddenly show up in a way that helps you feel like you're able to be solid and that you're having this wonderful experience with others that you really like. That's the thing. I just see this being such a friendly, opening time in the month of August. The other thing is I mentioned Mars and Venus in Virgo. This is highlighting that third house for you. And so here you're going to hopefully find this drive and this passion to be of great service, to get things done, you do have to watch the critical mindset, but that critical mind can also say, let me look at what we have available to us. And this is what's useful. This is what's not. Let's, work together to bring something beautiful into a tangible form. This can show up in relationships. And so here you are, you may be talking to different people, whether it's personal, professional, and looking at the relationship dynamics and saying, in order for us to continue to move forward, these are the kind of things that we need to refine or we need to let go of and we need to improve upon. So there's a lot of learning here that gets stimulated. We have the Lionsgate portal on August 8th. That's a new moon in Leo as well. And this can bring out a lot of energy and dramatic feelings and this sense of loyalty and this download of spiritual information, all this illumination that can take place at a new moon to be able to sort of reset things and maybe help you understand this is what I need in order to do the work that I feel called to do, in order to show up and be the person that I know I can be to myself and to others. And it's also most likely going to bring out an opportunity for you to look at who's loyal. Who is it that I consider to be those that complement me or that reflect and bring out the best in me? And those are the kind of people that I want to work with. Those are the kind of people I want to surround myself with. Mercury enters Virgo on August 11th in that third house, and that can also further activate, because Mercury is the ruler of Virgo, activate this mindset around taking information, how you learn, and saying, do I want to take on more? Do I need to reorganize or organize my thoughts and the stuff that I've learned in the first half of the month of August, the first 2 weeks here? And I want to be very meticulous about where I put the information, how I use it, the conversations that I have. And so while Mercury is moving through Virgo, you may be a little bit more skeptical or cynical about the information you receive and then what you're communicating as well. This can be a very effective time if you're managing certain people or certain situations in your life. So do allow yourself to take some time to step back if you need to, and be very purposeful and intentional with what you say and how you say it. Also, with how you gather information and then disseminate it out to others. Venus enters Libra in your fourth house. This happens on August 16th, and Venus being the ruler of Libra. So we're going to have Mercury in its ruling sign, we're going to have the sun in its ruling sign, and we're going to have Venus also in its ruling sign, all at the same time for a few days here in the month of August. This just means that these planets are quite happy, they're at home. And so here's Venus in Libra, where emphasis on marriage, relationships, partnerships is highlighted. And it's that diplomacy, it's that feeling of fairness and balance and beauty within your fourth house, which is your home life. This is a place where, Cancer, you're very natural with. And so what you may be looking at is, how can I partner with whatever people are supporting your home life, or maybe there's some family stuff that needs to be smoothed out, that this is a time where you can really find some balance and harmony within the home. And you want to create this beautiful opportunity for everybody who comes into your home. Maybe you're throwing a party, maybe you are having some form of staycation if you're not traveling for your vacation, but you're going to be looking for ways in which you can beautify your rooted place, the place where you spend that time to retreat, to just allow yourself to rejuvenate and call home. It's like your anchor point. And this is also an opportunity where you may be looking at literal marriage or moving in with somebody, and you're saying, okay, I've evaluated what I need in order to be really good in relationship and how we line up. That's that Virgo energy. We've communicated it. We've gotten our contract signed. We've shared how we feel, whatever that might be. And then here comes Venus moving into your fourth house and saying, now let's make it beautiful. We're moving in together. This can also apply to some of you who are moving children into college or starting school. It's like, we need to organize the desk area. We need to organize the way in which we put everything into place so that it looks pretty. It looks aesthetically balanced, if you will. This is also a time for you single Cancers. If you're wanting to meet someone, get your home in order. That's the big thing. Get the internal stuff going on, and then you can attract, because you'll reflect. You'll find this collaborative feeling, or this, it's like you've just done all this internal work. And so now you naturally step into the world and you attract somebody who is also in that same sort of harmonious place. You have to think about this too. When we're working with relationship, they say opposites attract. So whether you're partnered or you're single, you're going to most likely attract someone who has some similarities, but definitely some opposition as well, to help balance what you need in order to be, I won't say whole and complete, because you're whole and complete within yourself, but there's certain things that one person does really well and another person does really well, and then you can complement each other. So consider this a time of complement. Mercury and Mars will canoodle in Virgo on August 19th, making your mind extremely sharp. It should also activate possibly sharp words. So if you need to be direct about maybe what you're thinking, what you're learning, you want to take on a new class, or some of you may be going back to school, or you have children going back to school and you need to help them with their homework, or you're working at a particular project and you need to be able to focus and stay on task. This is a great time for that. But do watch out that when you're looking at, say, the project or whatever it is you're trying to learn about or resolve, that it could also create a little bit of restlessness here of like, hey, I'm ready for this information. Can you give it to me now, please? And not everybody works at your pace. So do be aware that this could also make you a little bit naggy. Just do watch for that, especially Cancer, because you have that motherly energy. So it could make you that sort of hovering or helicopter parent, if you will, around people and projects. Not everybody likes that. So take a breath, relax. We have a very friendly Aquarius full moon on August 22nd, and this is going to have a trine going on with Mars and Uranus. So activating your 8th house, this is telling me that most likely you will take this objective view to joint resources, how you're working with somebody, or how you're working with finding solutions to problems, and that collaborating together and working with someone and coming up with maybe some new ways in which you can approach things that are considered 8th house. When we're talking about 8th house, we're talking about more of the value that you bring as a partnership, or we're talking about joint resources, how you gather all the things, tangible and untangible things in your life, and you share them with others. We're talking about loans, death and taxes. This is a transformational house. So most likely this full moon, whatever you're releasing, it may be releasing an idea of something or someone, that this can create spaciousness for you to let new solutions drop in, and ones that maybe you hadn't thought about before. Because this full moon, we have an opposition with the sun and moon in the 8th and 2nd house, telling me this has to do a lot with your values, with your income, and with not just finances, but your values. What is it that you really hold as a non-negotiable that needs to maybe be adjusted? Maybe you held on to a particular relationship longer than it needed to, or an idea of a relationship longer than it needed to. Now's the time to let that go and maybe reinvent the way in which you approach these kinds of issues. The sun moves into Virgo on August 23rd, again, activating this 3rd house. So this has a lot to do, it's right after this full moon. So it has a lot to do with the communication. And what you may find is that if you have been sorting through some sort of issue, maybe between you and your spouse, or you and yourself about dating or being with somebody, that now you can communicate in a very meticulous, like almost like you sat down, you made your list of like, this is who I am, this is what I need, this is, how I want things to be done. And you sit down with somebody and you say, this is, you read out your list more or less, and you say, this is what we're working with, right? And you invite them, hopefully, into a collaborative conversation around it to say, are we in alignment? Because if we're not, then we've got to come up with some other solutions. And with Mercury entering Libra on the 30th, be patient, because sometimes these conversations take more than once in order for them to work through. So Mercury entering Libra in this 4th house can also offer you the opportunity to share your ideas, to help others feel understood. So as you are exiting the month of August, you will have had hopefully some really good bursts of inspiration and passion about what it is that allows you to communicate and learn and really hold your value and give value. And then at the end of the month, you're now able to collaborate with others and say, how do we do this in a way that is of great service to each other, that makes this planet just a better place for all of us to be? Because really, we just all want to feel love and feel belonging. And that's part of what I sense you will be providing, Cancer, to your loved ones, to those, maybe to yourself, and to those that you really care about, is like, hey, we have a sense of belonging here. And that could be personal or professional. It won't matter. Either way, you're going to have the support of these planets to find your rhythm, and then make others feel at home while you feel at home as well, because you're getting what you need. The resources will be there. I will also say that expenses should have gone down in the month of August. They may be upticked in July. Now they're going back down. That should help you feel a little bit more stable, because I know, Cancer, you need that emotional, financial stability in order to feel like you're the best version of yourself. Do watch out for that critical mind that could kick in, especially with that Mars and Mercury canoodling at the middle end of month. And that can create a little bit of worry. And if anybody worries, it's Cancer. So please relax, just go with the flow. I will also offer that if you are dealing with relationship dynamics, this is a great month for connection, communication, and allowing yourself to just enjoy the process. This is a very strong emphasis of going with the flow and allowing the process to unfold. Not easy for those of us who are attached to instant gratification, but hang in there. It's well worth it. All right, Cancer, I certainly hope this helps. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. Find me at jamiedon.com, and I look forward to connecting with you. Have a great month.